Welcome to the Tunisian Crochet World podcast. My name is Barbara, a designer from Columbus, Ohio. Hello, this is Barbara coming from the Tunisian Crochet World podcast, and this is my third episode. And I'm going to go over a couple of things today. The first thing is what's new. And the first thing I'm going to tell you about is my new sewing machine. Got a new machine. I'll be inserting a little video showing you what I've done with it and one of my sewing projects. So stay tuned for that. This is my cover that I made. It's quilted. As you can see, I did the decorative stitch and I did my name in embroidery by my machine. My machine does embroidery. It has all those features. You can do the alphabets and all those, not counting. And then the next thing I wanted to talk to you about is my project that I was working on. It's called the In the Pink. It was from the Australian magazine, and it was this little sweater. Well, I finished it, but one big problem. Way too big. It's adorable, but way too big. Voila. Look how giant it is. I know it's supposed to be boxy, and the sleeves come down over, and it has the little peekaboo that was laced up, which was so cute, which I thought was adorable. Had the two different necklines, and then I put the little shell edging on the bottom with a little ribbon through. It's adorable, but way too big. Everybody says, well, it's supposed to be that way, it's boxy, but it just feels like I'm wearing a blanket. So I'm not happy with the outcome. Very disappointed with this, all this yarn. And I don't know how to take in crochet, so I don't know if I can take it in on the sides. So it's going in a timeout till I figure what I can do with it. It is a cute little pattern. I might try it in thin, almost like the dolly type thread, the Annie's number 10, and see if it comes out in a smaller size. I did the size that the pattern called for, but that's just way too big. Way too big. But very disappointing. So, if anybody knows how to take in a crocheted sweater, let me know. As with knitting, you can steek it, which is cutting, and zigzag, and then, you know, steek it and cut it. I don't know if I can do that in crochet. So any of you crocheters out there that know that, please drop me a little note. Let me know, please. Because it's so disappointing. It's such a cute little project. I was so upset about it. My son keeps saying, oh, it's nice. It's nice. It's just supposed to be boxy. Put a white tank under it and just wear it. But it's so big. It's like this. It's like this much big on each side. And it's all under the underarms. So I don't know. So any of you guys that know how to tailor stuff, please let me know. And that is one of my finished objects. The other finished object is actually sewing related, that I had to practice on my new machine. And it is this cute little Notion bag, and it's got all my little zipper foots and all the new little gadgets I got with my sewing machine, because my sewing machine does quilting and it does embroidery, which I'm so excited about. So in the video you had seen that I embroidered my name on my sewing cover. That was the other finished project in sewing. So I've had a little bit of extra sewing projects done. And then I started, this is a work in progress in sewing, and it is a Como style tie-up blouse. That's going to be really super pretty when it's done. But yeah. And it's got the ties at the end. So when I'm done, I'll put it on my dress form, which I got a new wire dress form. But I haven't took a picture of her. I called her Matilda. Only because she's got the Victorian wire dress on. And it's got like a little shelf area where you can stick stuff in. It's really, really super cute. So I was excited about that. And then I did do a video on the Goblin scarf that we started. That's one of our projects we started. And I did do it. So you'll be able to see it all inserted in the video too. I just want to show you some of the design of it, which is really nice feature. And like I said on the video, I'm starting this project in hopes that once I do this project, this is going to be a Christmas gift, and I'll just stick it in a box for earmarked for somebody for Christmas. And then the next step that I do, I'll do the same thing. So I figure if I do one or two each time, then I'll have a huge amount of knitted gifts and crocheted gifts and sewing gifts for people for Christmas. And this is with Bernat satin, which I love. It's just gorgeous. I love this color. Unfortunately, they don't give us a color name. They give us a number, which is 04011. Wish I had a name for it because it's really super pretty. Hi, this is Barbara. I'm back with another video trying to teach you guys another stitch from the Tunisian Crochet World Podcast. This time we're going to do the Goblin Stitch, and it's part of a pattern for the Goblin scarf that you'll see on my podcast. The first thing it wants you to do is it wants you to get a 6mm Tuscanian crochet hook. You want to make a slip stitch, and you want to chain 32 chains. And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn it to its back and work on the sides where the little bumps are, as you can see right there. The reason why we're going into the back bumps instead of the actual chain right here like we would normal, this helps stop the curving and the weaving part that you always get, like the curl up at the beginning of your scarf or beginning of your project. And you want to go into these bumps and pull up lightly. You do not want this to be a tight stitch. So all you're going to do is go into the bump. If I can do this behind camera here. Just like you would if it's the stitch. Just going to go into that bump. You're going to yarn over and pull up. Now you want to do that loosely. So what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way to the end. Now we've chained 33, but by the time we're done with this process, this row is only going to have 32 stitches in it. And that's alright, because with the Goblin Stitch, you're going to alternate different positions at the end of your rows and at the beginning of your rows. So you might be skipping one, you might be going into the next one. But we'll show you that step by step. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and we're going to do a regular return pass. So we're going to go in. Okay, do our normal return pass, go through, yarn over and pull through one loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Okay, I'm going to do that, and I'll meet you back at the end. Okay, now that we've done the return pass, what we're going to do is we're going to turn around and we're going to start the first row of this Goblin Stitch. Now, the first row and the third row in this pattern is going to be the same except for the position of where you're going to start. Now 2 and 4 is always going to be the same. It's going to be your backward passes where you just knit them back down to one stitch like we normally do. So the first row we're going to start is we're going to insert it in the first space. See the space right there? That hole, you can almost see it perfectly through the thing. Okay, so that's what we're going to do is we're going to insert the hook through there and we're going to yarn over and pull up. And then we're going to do in the next one between the 2 vertical bars, we're going to do the same thing. So I would spread your stitches out like this so you can see them better. And we're just going to go in, yarn over, pull through, do the next one, into the space, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up, insert the hook, yarn over and pull up, and it's actually going to be in between the spaces. And we're going to repeat that all the way to the end, just going into the spaces. This is a bit hard. Okay. Alrighty, so the pattern says to do that all the way to the last 2 vertical bars. We're going to skip this space it says right here and we're going to go into our last stitch right here. Okay, so, and of course make sure you get both loops on your end. You want that perfect little V right there. So, and the reason why, so we don't get a hole. We don't want a hole. Now, you should have your work looking like this. Right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do our return pass. So we're just going to yarn over and pull through 1 loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. And we're going to continue that to the end, and we'll be back to show you how to do row 3. Alright, now row 3, it's going to tell you to skip the first 2 vertical bars and insert the hook into the space between the 2nd and 3rd bar and yarn over and pull through. So we're going to skip those 2 bars right there, that space, and we're going to go into this space right here. And we're just going to yarn over and pull up. And now we're going to continue to do that all the way, just like we did before, all the way down. All this is doing is shifting over one and back and forth. Now, all the way through here, your count should be 32 stitches. And we're going to continue to do that. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do the return pass just as we normally do. And then we're going to go back to repeating row 1. And the pattern is developed by us moving from that one first space or skipping the 2nd space. So continue to do 1 through 4 until your piece is done. I think it's going to turn out to be a really nice piece. I think you'll like it. It gives a lot of texture and it's going to give you a lot of different directional look to it. It's not going to be the same just classic looks like weaving. And so we're going to continue all the way down here. Continue to do our bar. And we can continue on. Trying not to snag, but I'm also trying to do this without messing up here while we're on camera. Now, so we need to go into the last space right here on this one, and then we're going to yarn over, and then we're going to go into our last stitch. We're going to go into our end stitch like we normally do. See, we're on the first row, we skipped those two and left that space. And on this row, we don't. We go into every stitch that's on there. And it says we should have 32 stitches. And as you can see in the instructions, I'll try to get as close as I can here. Put to focus. It's trying to give us the pattern right here of where we're going to be staggering. Staggering the stitches. But it also told us right here at the end space, and this is as it shows here at the end of row 1, skip the last space and work into it. I skipped the last 2, so that's where my mistake was. But as you can see, that's the pattern it's going to look at. Trying to give you a close-up of it. And then let me see if I can show you what close-up of the actual scarf pattern. There we go. That's the look that you're going to get with the scarf. And that is called Winter Essentials. And they do theirs in cotton, and I am doing mine in a satin burnettes because I want this to be something shiny. And this is going to be actually for a Christmas gift. And it's in, let's see if it gives me a colorway. Nope. Colorway number 04011. And then it says some other numbers. But this is going to be a Christmas gift. I'm starting my Christmas gifts early. I'm just going to start putting them in buckets. So I hope you enjoyed this. Hopefully your sweater will, your scarf will look nice, just like mine's going to be. If you want to tag me and show me your scarves, just let me know. Go to my YouTube channel, Tunisian Crochet World Podcast. And I'll see you there. Bye. If I can get her out here. Ah, she's all tangled up. Bear with me while I untangle my Tunisian, as you guys call it, Tunisian. So this is drop stitch. That's the tutorial I taught last time on the podcast, on podcast number 2. And I'm just doing it with my shawl pattern that I did with the asymmetric shawl pattern color play. But instead of doing the colors, I'm just doing it all in this, I would call it a gradient. And I'm just doing drop stitch. And I sort of like it. I started off with the simple Tunisian right here, only because I think the ends need to have a little bit of force behind it. And then I'm doing all the drape through here, and it's going to continue. As you can see, it's really lacy. And I want to do, as it grows, I want to do little panels with a fillet style in Tunisian, but with like a little flower picture of a flower in the inside in a filet motif all the way down. And I want to do that and then take another section of this and then another ones of the flowers, another in sections and with the tips in it. And hopefully it'll be something nice and springy for the spring. So I'm hoping that that works out. And I'll let you know the progress, and I'll probably do a tutorial for you so you can see how to do filet and how to add a picture inside your artwork into your scarf. Because we like to add artwork into it instead of just having it all plain. But it's working out pretty good. It's just the start. Unfortunately, I haven't had much time to do a lot of crochet or knitting. Things have been, lifestyle has been getting in the road. Since I do work 40 hours and sometimes overtime and have a car that broke down. So, yeah, so lifestyle has been getting in my road. I'm also, upon doing the crafts, I'm also submitting stuff to publishers for books and magazines and articles. So I'm working on 2 proposals right now. So that's been taking a lot of my time. And they are craft related. So that means I am doing samples and working up stitches and working up pieces and taking photographs and adding that all into a proposal and trying to get that sent out. So I'm also doing that. So once I get going, I'll show you some of that stuff too later on. But right now I'm trying to keep it down to just my tutorials and teaching and showing you new stitches. And I am working on, let me see if I have it with me. I'm working on trying to develop some new stitches in Tunisian Crochet. If I can find it. I believe it's over here. Bear with me. Yeah, here it is. I'm working on trying to develop some new stitches, some new textured stitches that gives us some more choices to add to it. I'm trying to do stack up stitches is what I'm going to call it, and I want to do a variety of them, and I'm trying to add a graphics in between. I don't know if you guys can see this, but my ideal was to try to do like a vine that goes up here and then goes over here and then later cracks over in here and has like a little buds that come off of it. And so far I've got them to go up and sideways here, go up here and then over a little and up. But I want it to pop more, and it doesn't seem to want to pop more. It's too filled in. So I'm going to try to create space in between all these areas to make this part stand out. So this part right here needs to be more open space so that these stick out and pop out. So I'm trying to learn different methods of doing that and what better way to do it. So that's what I'm trying to do. Because we have potentially 4 different areas that we can change and add to. I mean, we've got the vertical bars in the front, vertical bars in the back, we've got the space up here, we've got the space in between. So we have a lot of areas that we can add, stack, move, create. So I'm trying to keep that area. As you can see, this new section right here is my second attempt. Down here is my first. So I think the second attempt is on its way. I just need to tweak it a little bit more. But I'm hoping to do that. And I'll keep you updated on the progress. Hopefully it'll turn out pretty nice. And then what I'll do is I'll write up a little pattern for it and post it out either on a blog or at the bottom of the next podcast show notes. So that way you guys can try something new too. Because I think it's pretty nice to have a different variety. I mean, everybody thinks that this is just a thick stitch and that nothing can be done with it, but it's artistically, we can do a lot with this stitch. So hopefully you guys will be interested in that. If you guys have any comments or, you know, anything that you know that might help me, just let me know. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll definitely try to get the answers for you. But I'll pass on the knowledge because I think that's how we should do. We should share and pass on the knowledge. But that's what I'm working on that. And then I have not finished the tutorial for the double hooked ended mitts. I was going to show you that. It's just I cannot get the black to do very well. For some reason it doesn't photograph very good. I can't get the video to show the stitches for you guys. So I'm working on that. I was told to try some lighting issues, and I'm going to try to do that next week and see if I can get that to work. I mean, it's fine when you're doing it. You can see the stitches, but it just, when I go to try to do it on the video with the crochet hook in front of the camera, you guys won't be able to see nothing. It doesn't, I mean, the black just fades everything. So I might just start a different one without the black and white and put it in a different color. That's one of the guys' suggestions that I talked to. That's a friend of mine who does video editing. He said certain colors do not pick up good. Red definitely is a hard one to use, he said. And unfortunately black is too. So I am going to try to maybe do this in, I don't know, a dark brown, because he said that when you photograph a dark brown, sometimes with the lighting it'll go tan. So that might help. Maybe do a tan and white sample and see if that works for you guys. So this one, stay tuned. Hopefully you'll be patient with me and we'll get it done. I like this stitch though because it's the brioche. It's like brioche. It's very thick and it's very nice. And I want to do the black and white because I'm making this as a bath mat for my bathroom, which is black and white. So I am going to continue to do this. Just won't be able to film it. I'll just film something different for you guys. Saying is work in progress, and it's a knitting one. I'm trying to do my first raglan sweater, and it starts with a yoke. So I've been practicing on that. I'm attached here. So let me see if I can get this to work without losing stitches. And it starts out in a zebra print, which I think is pretty cool. It's doing some funny pulling, which I don't mind. As you can tell, it starts and then it does this pulling. But it's going to be raglan. This is only going to be the yoke down to where you start off and you fasten off for the body. The rest of the body is going to be in black. Yeah. So I'm starting and venturing on that. That's a learning process for me. Something as a first. So other than that, I don't really have anything else. Like I said, I've only been working on this. It's the only one that I've been really wanting to get done. I was hoping to have it done at the end of this month so that we could get it out to you guys, but life, like I said, got in the way. Wasn't able to get hardly anything accomplished this month. My poor planner is like very bare. Usually it is packed full. This whole month has been very, very lacking on productivity, unfortunately. Usually I have lots done, as you can see. This page is barely have anything in it. And then here we are, last part of the month. Terrible. Had all these plans right here to get done. I was going to get this one done. My goal is to try to get a podcast out each month, get a design done out once a month to be put out on Ravelry and Etsy and other different mediums. But I also have writing in here. So I have projects, you know, I'm trying to submit to publishers and I'm trying to submit to magazines. So that's all in there too. And I have a personal goal, and that was to get back into my art and to do some sketching once a month. Well, the first 2 months, yes, I did, and I put the products out on my Redbubble. They're knitting projects. They're decals and mugs and journals and bags with my artwork on it. And it's just for the yarn. But this month I wanted to do a really nice like graphic design that I could stick out onto a bag for somebody for knitting or on a book. Haven't got that done either this month. So this month has not got anything done. As you can see, my project's still sitting here. So design wise and productivity wise has went downhill this month. So hopefully I have 1 week left to get myself in gear. But, you know, I guess that's what happens. Life gets in our way. I mean, our crafts are just our crafts. But it's also my means of relaxation and my means of fun. And this month it has not happened as much as I wanted it to do. But, you know, that's how life is. You know, life gets in the way. So, we all work 40-hour jobs, and some people work 2 jobs, you know. Life gets in our way. So, we just have to go with the flow. So, hopefully, you guys are having a better time with your crafting and with life going on for you guys. Like to hear some of your guys' projects. I know one lady was doing a sweater, and she was doing, it's a swirl stitch in Tunisian, and oh my goodness, that has to be really hard because you have to move everything and count and make it swirl. So I'd be interested to see her post. Hopefully she'll let me know if I can say her name and what she's doing and how to get a hold of her, because that's a really neat project. I think we can all learn from that. So hopefully she'll get in contact with me. She posted on my Ravelry page, so hopefully, hi, hope you're watching, and hopefully you'll contact me and say yes, I can share that with the viewers, because I think that's really, really nice. You know, if you could let me know if you have Insta, give me your Insta so I can tell everybody to go out there and watch and look at your sweater, because that's a real accomplishment. So, yep. And don't forget to go over to the Ravelry group and look at the post. We have a couple new members, so that's really good. Thank you guys for doing that. I appreciate all the subscribers, and it's fun chatting with you guys. So I like that. And I'm trying to think of anything else that I can show you. I know it's been a short podcast and not much content, but that's going to happen once in a while too. I mean, we can only do so much. And I don't want to just keep showing you the same old things that I've been showing you. So, other than I'm wearing my sweater. One of the girls asked if there was any photos of a person wearing it other than regular shots of it. So, I'm wearing my work. So, that way she can see it. Because I mentioned that I would do that for her. Let's see what else. Other than stay tuned for the tutorial about the scarf. That'll be coming up at the end. And of course you've already seen the one about my beautiful sewing machine, which I'm so happy to have. So you'll see more of that too in the future. And I think that will be it. Thanks for watching, and you have a great day.